The Madlanga Commission sat again in Pretoria today, and the evidence that emerged left little doubt that the rot in the criminal justice system runs deeper than most people want to admit. Proceedings opened with the continuation of testimony from a senior national prosecuting authority official who has been on the stand for 3 days now, under questioning from evidence leader advocate Tembeka and Kukai Toby. The witness detailed how dockets involving high-profile politicians were repeatedly removed from prosecutors' desks and reassigned without explanation between 2018 and 2022. What stood out was the specificity. The official produced internal emails showing that cases against 2 sitting cabinet ministers were flagged for special handling by a former deputy national director. One email, dated March 2021, instructed staff to park the investigation pending further instructions from the Justice Ministry. The Commission asked why no one pushed back. The answer was blunt. Those who did were sidelined or transferred. This is not the first time the Commission has heard about such interference, but today's documents gave it a paper trail that is hard to dismiss as hearsay. Later in the morning, the focus shifted to the South African Police Service. A retired colonel from the Hawks described how task teams investigating state capture were starved of resources. Vehicles were withdrawn, overtime budgets cut, and analysts reassigned to routine fraud cases. When pressed on whether political pressure was involved, he said the decisions came from above my pay grade, but coincided with visits by senior politicians to the unit's offices. The Commission Chair, Justice Raymond Madlanga, asked for names. The witness hesitated, then supplied 2. Those names are now on record. The afternoon session turned testy during cross-examination by counsel for one of the implicated ministers. They tried to paint the NPA witness as bitter over a missed promotion. The attempt backfired when the witness calmly produced performance appraisals showing top ratings, right up to the point the docket started disappearing. Madlanga intervened twice to keep the questioning on track, reminding counsel that the Commission is not a court but an inquiry into systemic failure. That intervention was necessary. Too many lawyers still treat these hearings like criminal trials where the goal is to discredit, rather than clarify. What emerged today is a consistent timeline. Interference did not happen in a vacuum. It followed a pattern. Dockets flagged, teams disrupted, resources pulled, and silence enforced through transfers and isolation. The Commission has heard similar accounts before, but the combination of emails and internal directives presented today makes it harder for anyone to claim these were isolated incidents or the work of a few rogue officials. The bigger question is what happens next. The Commission still has several weeks of testimony scheduled, including from former ministers and a former National Police Commissioner. Today's evidence suggests the problems were not limited to one department. If the pattern holds, the final report will have to confront the uncomfortable reality that political interference was tolerated at the highest levels because it served those in power. South Africans have heard promises of cleanup before. The value of this commission lies in whether it forces institutions to confront the mechanics of how justice was bent. Today's session showed those mechanics in detail. The test will be whether anyone with the power to act is still listening.